Well, good day, everyone. Welcome to my show. Welcome to Partners in Health and Biz. I'm your host, Gail Dixon McBride, and I'm so very happy that you could tune in today. So, this week I decided to do something a little differently. And as you can see, you can hear me and you can see a picture of me, but I am not going to actually show you myself because I'd like to show some videos or some slides today. And so we're going to see how this works. This week, I'd like to explain body fat. And I'm talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly truth about them all. So, first of all, let's see. Did you know that this is our actual logo? and and the motto for Partners in Health and Biz is live your best life now. Live your best life now. Okay. So, for the most part, talking about body fat, did you know there are 6 different types? And today I'd like to begin with visceral fat. Visceral spelled VISCERAL fat. Now, you may ask me, Gail, what is visceral fat? Well, visceral fat is very important and it's a very concerning fat type of fat because it's the dangerous fat. And this is the fat that's located around your organs, in your abdominal cavity, and this is considered deep fat. And the reason why it's so serious and important is because deep fat is associated with an increased risk of chronic diseases. And some of those diseases we will associate it that are associated with visceral fat include fat that is on your around your lungs, on your liver, on your heart, fat that really can cause problems such as diabetes and high blood pressure and high cholesterol. So that's your visceral fat. And visceral fat is the fat that you cannot see. It's not the fat that you can squeeze when you maybe pull up your blouse or your shirt and you can see some fat around your waistline and you can actually squeeze that fat. That's not the visceral fat. If the visceral fat is what you cannot see, like I said, this type of fat is located throughout your body in various organs. The next type of fat I'd like to talk about is called brown fat. Now, brown fat is found in small amounts primarily in newborns and infants. This type of fat burns calories to generate heat. Okay, that's the brown fat. And then it's the subcutaneous fat, and that's spelled SUBCUTANEOUS. Wow, this fat is the type of fat you can see. This fat is stored under the skin. This is the most common type of body fat and is generally considered harmless. But of course, it doesn't look good. And it's not going to look, and you're not going to look good in your clothes if you have a lot of subcutaneous fat around your waistline. That's where it tends to accumulate the most, for the most part. Next, let's talk about white fat. And I want to pause right here and give you an example of some of these types of fats. All right, let's look at this. Okay, so you can see the different body types for females. The first female here in the white bra, she has a percentage of 12% body fat. Next, the lady in the black bra has a 15% amount of body fat. The lady in the gray bra, she has a 20% level of body fat. Going down the line, the lady in the black bra with the gray pants has a 25% amount of body fat. Go down to the second level, the lady in all black has a 30% on the bottom level, 30% level of body fat. Next, you see the lady with the 35% level of body fat. And next, you see the lady in the pink bra with the 40% level of body fat. And finally, you see right on the end, the lady in all black at the very end, she has a 45% level of body fat. Now, which one of these pictures most resembles you? If you say the first, second, third, fourth, even fifth photo, even the first one on the bottom, then you may still be in the safe zone. But once you get out of that 30% level of body fat and you're in the 35%, 40%, or 45%, this is not good. This is an unhealthy amount of body fat. Okay, so let's move along to the next type of fat, which is beige fat. Beige fat. This is a hybrid between white and brown fat. And this type of fat can burn calories when stimulated by cold temperatures or exercise. Now, we all need a certain amount of body fat. Yes, we do. We all need a certain amount of body fat. And that fat is called essential fat. This is a small amount of fat that is necessary for bodily functions, such as our hormone production and cell membrane structure. Okay. And now let's talk about, and I'll show you some examples of male body fat. Okay. Let's look at that. Now, here's an example of men's bodies, which differ from women's bodies, but as you can see, the same situation is coming along. Of course, the first sample of this gentleman at the top, he has a build. Wow, he's stacked. He has a six pack, and he only has 8% body fat. Great. And then the next gentleman has 10% going down the line. 15% going down the line, 20%. Can you see how the waistline starts to expand? The stomach starts to expand. Down below on the next level, this gentleman has 25% fat. The gentleman next to him has 30% fat. And the gentleman next to him has 35% fat and then 40% fat. Wow, wow, wow. So, ladies, if any of your husbands have 40%, 30%, 35%, or 30% even, then they're in the danger zone. So, I would encourage you to talk to them, and I'll be sharing with you ways to reduce your body fat, specifically your visceral fat, in some of the upcoming episodes. And now I want to talk about and show you some more about the 6 types of body fat. And this diagram, as you can see, shows the full upper body fat. The gentleman at the beginning of the line, what's the reason why his body is shaped like this? Basically, he has full upper body fat. And as a result, this is a result of from him overeating and consuming too many sugary foods. Let's go down to the next gentleman. He has lower abdomen fat. And this type of fat is caused by stress, depression, and anxiety. Yes, a lot of times the reason why we have excess fat, visceral fat, and subcutaneous fat is because of the stress that's going on in our lives that is affecting our bodies. The next gentleman, you see how his stomach is shaped differently. He has a large stomach with upper back fat also. Not only fat in his stomach, but also fat in his back. And this type of fat is produced from inactivity. Perhaps this gentleman mainly sits in front of the television and watches football games and all types of sports and is basically very sedentary, meaning that he's not moving much, not getting any activity, physical activity or exercise. So that's what his body type shape looks like. His body, the fat in his body makes his body be shaped this way. Let's move down to the lady here. She has she has lower body fat. And as you can see, her fat is mainly in her behind, as you can see, behind her in her behind. And this is lower body fat. It's caused by excess gluten in her diet, like bread and whole grains, or I would say wheat. She's eating too much of that. The next lady has a swollen stomach, and this is caused primarily by excessive alcohol consumption or difficulty breathing. So sometimes people have difficulty breathing, and that will cause the abdomen, the stomach to expand. And also, if you're a drinker, you consume a lot of alcohol, that will give you protrude your stomach. And some of these men also, when they say a beer belly, that can be why. And then the final lady has lower body fat, including lower fat in her legs. Okay. And this type of fat could be hereditary or it occurs during pregnancy. So those are some of the types of body fat. And so this is very serious. And in the upcoming episodes of Partners in Health and Biz, I will be sharing with you ways to reduce body fat because it's so very important for our health that we protect our heart, our lungs, our kidneys, our liver. All of that fat that is visceral fat can accumulate on those organs in our body and can lead to serious consequences, including heart attacks and strokes and diabetes and all types of other health issues. Okay, so I have, let's see, I have basically concluded this episode of Partners in Health and Biz. And what I want to do is find out from you, my listeners, what did you think about this type of presentation? What did you think about this type of presentation? All right. Well, my email address is partnersinhealthandbiz@gmail.com. Partnersinhealthandbiz@gmail.com. If you have enjoyed this episode, looking at the slides and being able to see exactly what I'm talking about in more detail, then let me know. I'd like to hear from you. And if you would like to be a guest or sponsor of Partners in Health and Biz, please email me, partnersinhealthandbiz@gmail.com. You can follow me on Spotify, on YouTube, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Apple Podcast, and just about anywhere where you can find your podcast. All right. Okay, everyone. Until next time, get out, get some fresh air and sunshine. We are in the beginning of spring. Yay, 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 yay. Love the spring weather. Get out, get some fresh air and sunshine. And remember, until next time, stay healthy and business savvy. I'm your host, Gail Dixon McBride, natural health consultant and natural health coach. Have a wonderful day. Love you all.